Hey guys, today we're going to check what tools in my shop I could run using my solar setup. We're going to try a bunch of different shop tools, typical shop tools that anybody could use. But today is a cloudy day. It's been cloudy all day. As you can see, cloud, cloud, cloud. And you can see my solar panels are not getting anything. So we haven't generated a lot of power today, so cloudy. So we're gonna see how much power the battery has at the moment and see how much testing we could do today. Okay, so let's zoom in here. Hopefully you can see it. All right, so we have 49% battery and we're using 127 watts right here. The reason why we're using 120 something watts is because the system is connected here to this, and it's currently charging my Bluetooth speaker, and it's also always connected to my coupe. And inside of the coupe there is a exhaust fan that's always running 24/7. Well, depends on the temperature, but it comes on and off throughout the day. And it's also running my camper over there. And inside of the camper is I think it's just a couple of fridges, the main fridge and then the little tiny fridge. So these are always connected and drawing power. So that's, I think, where the 127 watts come in. And also my shop lights, they're off now, but I'm gonna turn the middle one on because I don't think we need everything on it. Well, you know what, to test it I'm gonna turn on all of them, but typically I just use this one because it's enough to light up everything. But let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, so we're at 127 watts. I'm gonna turn on one light. That's with one light, and we see that it went up to 234 watts. Now let's turn on another light. That went up to 345 watts. Let's turn on the last light. That's 3 lights. So we're at 450 watts with all 3 lights plus the chicken coop and the camper. Let me take it off here so I can show you. All 3 lights. But like I said before, I typically don't have all 3 lights on. That's too bright. With everything running so far, we're at 450-ish watts. Let me turn off some of these lights so we could do testing with a few other things, because I don't have a lot of power today. Okay, the first tool we're going to use to test is going to be the saw here, and this one connects to here, to this power strip, and this power strip connects to this here, and then it goes all the way down, all the way to here, to my inverter. So let's look at the details of this machine. So this is a 10-inch compound miter saw. It uses 15 amps, 120 volts, 1520 watts. So we're gonna test this and see what happens. As we saw in the inverter, this thing is pretty close to what it's rated for, 1500 watts. In the inverter we saw 1400 watts. So if you have a machine that requires that amount of wattage, this will work. All right, let's test the next machine. The next thing we're going to try is this table saw. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 15 amps. Similar to the miter saw. It's a Ridgid. It's a good unit. And I've been using it as well to build that. Let's try it out. And we're just going to rip these old pieces of 2x4. As you can see, this thing handles this table saw pretty easily. It has about the same wattage requirements, as the saw here, so no surprise that I was able to do it just fine. I've used this thing extensively with the solar system because I use it to cut these right here, all of these. I cut all of those with the table saw. So yeah, it works. Okay, our next test is going to be this portable air conditioner. This thing is also a heater, so we'll test that as well. Let's look at the electricity requirements. Right, okay. Okay, so it is either, cooling capacity is either 10,000 BTU or 6,000 BTU, depending on how you measure it. Heating capacity is 10,000 BTUs. And, okay, power supply, okay. So 115 volts. 8.5 amps. So this should handle it just fine. We're gonna try out both the air conditioner and the heating, and we're gonna use max settings for both. Let's turn the air conditioner on. Okay, so mode. How do you do this? Power, I guess. Power. Okay, heat, no. Cool. It's already lower than that, so let's see if we could make it any. It's the lowest we can put it. Oh, there you go. Turned on already. I guess 60 is the lowest. Oh, let's check the speed. Okay, so we have a high speed. Yeah, there it goes. The lowest is 60. Cool. Oh, so that's max speed. We're at 1100 watts at the inverter. Yeah, it feels cold. So let's leave it running for a bit and see if some kind of compressor comes on or something. Leave it running for 5 minutes. You know what, let's not wait 5 minutes. I mean, this thing runs already. And it's steady at 1100 watts. So let's just turn on the heat. Okay, so mode, fan, Okay, so let's put it to, let's max it out, why not? Well, let's do 585. See what happens. Nothing yet. That feels nice. Yeah, so it took a few minutes. I guess it needed to kick on automatically or something. And the heat is working. Okay, so our next test. This I haven't done yet. I haven't welded anything using this system here. So, we'll see. This is very interesting. This unit is the Harbor Freight titanium flux 125. It's kind of like a MIG welder, no gas. It plugs to regular household electricity. I've used this machine plenty of times, a lot of times. I've actually restored a mower deck using this machine. It's one of my first videos in my channel, but I've never used it with the solar system. So as you can see, 30 amps at 15 volts and 125 amps 20 volts. So yeah, let's try it out. And this is not going to be a welding class. I'm just basically going to try to use the machine continuously just to test out the solar system. All right, this is our setup. I have these two dirty pieces of steel, sheet metal. This is just to demonstrate if this thing could run on that, on a solar system. It's not running yet. And basically I'm gonna just try to stitch those two pieces together. There's a machine. It's plugged into that over there. And that is plugged in to our solar system. So let's give it a try. Question is, can you weld with this thing? Yes, you can. Did I do a good job? No. I mean, the material wasn't good. Haven't welded in a while either, but with a bit more time I could get back on it. But anyways, yeah, you could definitely weld with this thing, the solar system. Let's see how much it used. We are at 36%. We are at 36%. And this is the same day after I've used that, and that, and that, and of course the lights and everything else. So when I started this whole process, I think it was 56. And then after using all these things, is at 36%. So yeah, on a sunny day, you could definitely do some work with this thing. So what did we learn today? Well, let's see. Yeah, this thing went up to, if I look at the video again, it went up to 1100 watts and it didn't stutter or anything like that. So Only issues I had was with the feeding mechanism of this thing, but that's user error on my part. Everything here that I've built, all these tables, all of that loft, the rack, I built it using tools that are powered by that. But yeah, so what did we learn today? We learned today that pretty much almost every tool that I have in the shop could be used. You use saw, table saw, air conditioner, heater, lights, welder, computer, bunch of other stuff, even stuff outside. You could power all of this stuff. And on a sunny day, I have leftover power. I don't even know what to do with it. So this thing is great. Eventually I'll make a video of how I wired everything, but it's not done yet. But yeah, powers everything. The only thing that I have yet to test is my air compressor. Actually, I did test it a while back, but I only used the 20 amp connector, the outlet, and it didn't work with that. But this time I'm gonna try it with the RV connector. But that's another day. Yeah.
I'm gonna feed the chicken with chicken.
Okay. Still 36, cloudy day, everything good to go. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe.